Hey, welcome to another episode of Mutia Evans Show. It's been a minute. In today's video, you're gonna learn the 3 crucial skills you must master to become wealthy. Well, becoming wealthy is something that most people pursue, want to be. Unfortunately, most people never get it right. Why? Because they do not know the skills, the important skills they should master, and some do not commit to mastering them. Now, you don't expect to become successful financially, which is what we call wealthy, by mistake or by accident. If that was the case, then everyone would be wealthy today. I have not met one single person for the many years I've been around who has become successful by a mistake or wealthy. Therefore, there must be ways that these people have mastered, and that should encourage you, regardless of where you are at the moment financially. That should encourage you that it's something you can work on if you learn or you go through the important skills that you must master and then stick to them. So in today's video, you're gonna learn about that, and hopefully that will make a change in your life forever. Okay, good. So come with me as I share with you those 3 skills. The skill number 1, which is very crucial and the most important, that's why it's the first one, is making enough money. If you're not making enough, then becoming wealthy is not something you can work on. You just have to find a way to make enough money. How do you do that? You start by learning a high-paying skill. At the very beginning, you do not have much to invest or to multiply or to do this and that. You have to learn a high-paying skill. It could be anything, and times are changing. Do not say because you learned how to become a teacher 20 years ago, you have to stick to that. Things change. Times have changed, and so should you. There are many ways today that you can create or make more money, sometimes part-time. So you just have to learn a high-paying skill. It could be sales. It could be online marketing, for example. It could be web design. Okay, could be social media marketing. I can go on and on and on and on and give you countless examples. Find a high-paying skill, and if you like, I can do another video, or I will do another video on the 5 to 10 high-paying skill that you can learn today online. So if you like me to do that, comment below in the comment section. In the comment section below, and I'll be sure to do a video on that. We'll start by learning a high-paying skill. Number 2 is finding a way to scale that skill. Scale, S-C-A-L-E, scale that skill or scale that business. Let's say, for example, you've learned how to bake cakes, okay? Birthday cakes. You can only do enough in a day yourself. You can only do maybe 3 cakes. I do not understand anything about cakes. I'm just giving that as an example, guys. But let's say you can only do 3. There's no way you're making enough by just doing 3 cakes. Even if you sold each at 100,000 shillings, which is not practical to start with. So you have to find a way to scale it. And how do you scale it? Scaling is simply multiplying your operations so that you enlarge your pot or your source of income. Let's say, for example, you've mastered the skill of baking cakes. Now what you need to do is find a way to have 2, 3, 5, 10, 100 other people who can help you do the same thing, and that way increasing your revenue. So if making 3, which is the most you can make in a day, was making you 3,000 bob a day, which is equivalent to 90,000 shillings a month. Now think about building a similar platform or a similar system in a different city, in a different town, in a different street. And if you do 10 of those, it means now you have 90 times 10, which is 900,000. If you're making 9K or 10K yourself a month, now you do 10 of those, you're making 100,000. I hope you get what I'm saying. And through the, to do that, you need a system. So you develop a system at your first place of work, then you multiply it several times in different locations, or you do more marketing. That means you have more clients. If the clients were less and you still have the ability to do more, you go ahead and do that. Next, you need to establish multiple income sources or multiple sources of income. I know this is a topic we can discuss, and I'll do another video on this, on the number of sources of income you require to become wealthy. Most successful people financially advise you have seven. I don't know who chose seven, but seven seems to be a good working number. The reason you need to have several sources of income is because you don't want to be out of business or without an income because your main or your one source of income is experiencing challenges. There's so many factors that affect business. Another video, another topic altogether, another subject altogether, including the internal and the external factors. The internal factors, you may have control over them, but the external ones, you do not. Let's say your source of income is in real estate. Then the market crashes and the economy is not doing so well, so you lose your income. I mean, there's no way you're going to become wealthy if you do not have an income. So you start by establishing multiple sources of income. However, make sure the other sources of income do not require much of your attention. Have the first source of income, which is the high-paying skill, requiring your 100% commitment. The rest, just supervision or yes, checking on them every now and then, but should not require your attention. Otherwise, you'll mess up, okay? You'll compromise on your high-paying skills. So let them be investments, businesses that do not require your attention. So that was the skill number one: make enough money. You cannot substitute that with anything. You just have to go out there, work hard. And don't tell me you're not talented, you're not gifted, you're not from a rich family. You do not need any of that. You just need yourself. And you need to understand that you're going to work really hard on it because you have something you want so badly that you're willing to do anything to achieve it. Number two is keep most of the money you make. Keep most of it. That's number two. First, you need to understand why you're keeping it. What's your vision? What's your goal? And that's why you need a vision board. Next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years. Where do you see yourself? What are you doing today that is getting you closer to the goal you have for the next 10 years or 20 years? You only see there if you have a plan. Someone once said, failing to plan is planning to fail. And you've heard that countless times, but I want to repeat it once again. Failing to plan is simply planning to fail. So start by getting a reason why you need to keep most of your money. What are you investing in? What are you trying to achieve? So understand that, your why, your strong, compelling reason why you're doing whatever you're doing. If you're going nowhere, any road is going to lead you there. I hope you're going somewhere. Two is have a budget and stick to it. Have a budget. Again, you can't replace that. If you make your money and assume you're good with money, you're going to spend it right without a budget, things happen and you lose your money without even knowing it. In fact, budgeting, and I'll do another video on budgeting if you like, let me know in the comment section, is simply telling your money where to go instead of waiting until you wonder where your money went. It's instructing each shilling that you've made where it should go. Every successful, wealthy person out there has a budget that they stick on every day. So that I don't show up as a friend and I have an emergency and I need 2,000 shillings urgently, and you just pull out 2,000 shillings from your pocket and give it to me and buy me lunch and buy me drinks. You should have a budget. If your entertainment budgets does not accommodate your friends, then you do not go having fun, you do not go partying every other weekend because you have a budget. Otherwise, you find yourself somewhere and things happen, you spend your rent, for example, you spend your savings, you spend money that should go to your emergency fund. You don't want that to happen. So create a budget. And if you like, I'll do another video on budgeting and stick to it. Stick to it. If every day, every month, you should keep a portion of your money to go to emergency fund, to go to rent, to go to clothes and dressing up, use exactly that. Stick to it. Build that culture, build that habit in yourself. Next is be frugal at the beginning. You can't living like a rich man. You can't start living as a rich man as soon as you start making the money. Come on. You'll spend it all and it doesn't make any sense. In fact, let me tell you something. There's no difference between you who is making 1 million shillings a month today and that other guy who is making 100,000 shillings a month today. If both of you spend all your money, there is absolutely no difference, because 10 years later you'll still be the same people, you'll still be poor, or should I say broke. So you don't want that to happen. Be frugal. Use as little as you possibly can in the beginning until you build enough investments that can fund your rich lifestyle. Rich people do not spend what they are making through their sweat. No, they invest that money and they call it principal, and as they keep investing that money or keeping that money until they can live on interests. They use the interest to buy flashy cars. They use the interest to go on trips and vacation and so much more. So stop spending that money on those things if it's not interest that you've earned from your investments. Be frugal. Let people think you're broke, but you're not. When you're keeping 70% of your income. I love it when I keep 70% of my income. Well, I understand we have two types of people when it comes to spending money. We have savers and spenders. I am a saver. I enjoy saving money. When I save money, I feel like I've made it again, afresh, because that's exactly what I've done. But I understand we have people who enjoy spending money, going out, buying friends drinks, buying new clothes, going for holiday. If that's you, you have to find a way to take that money from yourself. Yes, you have to defend your money from yourself, because you are your biggest enemy at that point. And I'm not saying you should die while keeping your money safe. No, you just need to realize what you need and what you want. If you don't need it, do not buy it. Every time you feel like buying something and you can afford it, you have the money. I'm not talking about credit here. You have the money to buy a new screen, a new TV, a new car. Go see the car, but go back home and ask yourself, do you really need it? Do you really need it? And what's the opportunity cost of that purchase you're about to make? If you invested that money in something, what would be coming your way every single month, every year as interest? Ask yourself that question. Do not be in a hurry. They are not going out of stock. And even if they did, in fact, it's a good thing. They're helping you to not spend your your hard-earned money. So be frugal as much as you can, and understand we have savers and spenders. If you're a saver, I know you enjoy saving, so continue spending. You enjoy saving, I mean. Continue saving. Do more. Okay? Do more, make more, and save more. If you're a spender, find a way. Find a way. First, start with a budget and have, let's say, 10% of your income as savings every single month. 30% of your income as savings. And you can have a standing order such that that money is sent directly to your savings account every single month without getting to you. And avoid things that make you spend money, like bad company and so much more. That was step or the skill number 2. Let's talk about the skill number 3. If you make enough money and you keep it, but you just keep it, you still lose money. I'll tell you why. There's something we call the inflation. It happens to every single currency in this world. Okay? It happens to the US dollar, it happens to Kenya shilling, it happens to Uganda shilling. So if you make 100K today and keep 50% of it, which is 50,000 shillings, and you just keep it in your bank account without any interest, you're still losing it at 7%. Last time I checked, the inflation rate of the Kenyan shillings was at 7%. So it means a year from the time you deposited that fund to that account, you'll have 7% less of what you deposited. So you need to find a way to multiply that money. Otherwise, you'll be losing the money. In just 10 years, you'll have something close to nothing. So you can't keep your money there, okay? You can't keep your money there. You need to find a way to multiply it. And there are so many ways of doing it. Remember, the rule number one of investing or multiplying your money is that you do not lose money. So don't lose money. Rule number two, always remember rule number one. Never lose money when it comes to investing. Invest. You may not have the highest returns. You may not have 50% returns, 100% returns. But you are better off earning a smaller interest but keeping your principal, rather than risking all your money and you can lose it all on a blink of an eye. So do not be greedy to want everything out there. In Kenya, which is where I'm filming this video from, you can make so much through investments. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in shares, you can invest in bonds, and they all have a return, an interest rate of between 10 to 30%. You can imagine 20% of that income is a big deal. So if you put your money, and you can invest as low as 50K, 100K, and still make a lot of money, okay? But also remember to invest in things you understand, so you don't find it difficult to stay for long. You know, investments don't make you the big money the first year or second year, but it's through compounding. Another video, if you like, I can do later on the power of compounding. That 1,000 shillings that you're putting into that investment today will be worth millions of money in 20 years, in 30 years. But that only happens if you wait to the 20th year. It won't happen today. So invest in things you understand or you're willing to learn about, okay? Use your mind when investing, not your heart. There's logic and emotions. If you use your emotions to invest, even though we said you should invest in things you understand, if you use emotions, you're most likely to make a wrong decision. So use logic, use numbers, use facts. If a company has been doing well for the last 10 years, chances are they're going to do well in the coming year, in the coming 2 years, in the next 5 years. That's logic, that's numbers. Unless something huge has happened now that they won't be there the next 5 years, the next 10 years. So do not fight logic. Avoid using your heart to decide, okay? Sometimes you just need to use your mind. You look at numbers as they are. And when you multiply your money, keep multiplying. Remember of the 8th wonder of the world, which is compound interests. The money you make from your investment the first year is not much, even the second and the third and the fourth. But when you keep it to the 5th, the 10th, the 20th, the 30th year, that's where the magic is. So invest with that in mind, knowing you're investing for the long run. Those are the 3 important, or if you like, crucial skills you need to master to become wealthy. 1 is make enough for that matter. 2 is keep most of it. If you can do 70, you can keep 70% of your income, go and do it. Keep it. If you can do 50, if you can do 30, you can do 10, the better. That would mean minimizing your expenditure as well. For example, you should not spend more than 30% of your net income on rent. You see people spending a half of the income on rent and you wonder, Who is advising these people? Spend as little as you can on expenditure so that you have more to invest, because money you spend is a waste. You just spend it, it's not coming back. And finally, multiply that money. Find a way to multiply it, and we have so many ways. Again, if you like, I will do a video on multiplying money or investing, how to invest your money. If you like me to do that, comment below and I'll be sure to go through that really fast. Thank you so much for watching this video. It's been a pleasure having you. See you in the next one. If you liked the content of this video, consider subscribing below. Yes, and give me some thumbs up. Like this video so that you support this channel and make sure we get this information to so many people. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Respect for now. Bye bye.